Okay, similar process, but this time we've got two different functions. We got g of x and we have h of x. So we're going to find first g of -2. Okay, a reminder that the value that's in the parentheses, this is my input. That looks like an N. Let me change that. That's definitely a U. Input. There we go. Okay, so we're going to take that -2, we're going to plug it into our g of x function right up here. Here, I'll even highlight it. We're going to plug that -2 into that function right there. So g of -2 equals, and remember we're plugging it in for all the x's, so -2 squared plus 1 over 3 times a -2. Okay, we've covered the first part. We now need to simplify so that we can get our output. So let's start with the numerator. -2 times a -2. That is 4. It's positive because a negative times a negative gives me a positive. And we got a plus 1. Now let's tackle that denominator. 3 times a -2, that's going to give me a -6. We're getting closer. We're not quite simplified, so we got to go a little bit further. So 4 plus 1, that gives me 5 with a -6 in the denominator. That's now as simplified as I can make it, so I've reached the end. Now if you don't like that negative in the denominator, you can also write it as -5/6, like that. It still means the same thing. Okay? Yeah, it's all about just taking the input and plugging it into my given function. So let's try the letter B. Okay, find h of x plus 2. So again, a reminder, this x plus 2, this whole thing is the input. So we're going to take the entire expression and we're going to plug it into this function right over here. So we've got h of x plus 2 is going to equal 2 times x plus 2 minus 5. We plugged it in. We now need to simplify so that we get our output. So let's start by distributing this 2 through. Okay, 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 2 is a 4, positive 4. We're nearly there. We just got a little bit more that we got to go, and that is by combining that 4 and that -5. So we end up with 2x minus 1. That's as simplified as we can get, so we have reached the end.